Settle in, wanderer. Let your shoulders fall. Let the weight of the day dissolve into the quiet dark around you. Tonight, we journey together into a distant, forgotten place, a realm draped in mist and memory, where the world grows soft and the borders between what was and what is begin to blur. This is not a tale of heroes or triumph. It is a story whispered by the fog itself, a gentle remembering of a people lost to time, transformed by forces they could not understand. Close your eyes if you wish. Breathe slowly. Let each breath carry you deeper into the gray. We are going to the Fog Islands, and there, beneath the eternal shroud, we will meet the Fogmen. But do not be afraid. We walk this path together, and I will be with you every step of the way. Let us begin. Imagine a place where the sun never truly rises. The Fog Islands lie far to the northwest of the known world, beyond the reaches of civilization, beyond the Holy Nation's prayers and the Shek Kingdom's battlefields. It is a place the wind forgets. The land there is flat and ancient, scarred by time, covered in pale grasses that sway without sound. The earth beneath is cracked and dry, though you would never know it, because the fog hides everything. The fog is not like morning mist that burns away with dawn. It is thick, cool, almost tangible. It rolls across the ground in slow, lazy waves, pooling in the valleys, clinging to the ruins of structures so old their purpose has been forgotten. The fog softens every edge, blurs every line. Visibility is measured in arm's lengths. 20 paces ahead, the world dissolves into white-gray nothingness. There are no birds here, no distant animal calls. The silence is profound, almost sacred. When you walk, if you dare to walk here, you hear only the soft crunch of your own footsteps, muffled and small, swallowed almost immediately by the mist. The air is cool and damp against your skin. It smells of wet stone, of earth, of something old and undisturbed. Ruins rise from the fog like ghosts, crumbling walls, broken pillars, structures made of a material no one living remembers how to craft. They are not buildings, not quite. They are remnants, echoes of a time when this place was something else, something vibrant, something alive. But that was long ago. Now the Fog Islands belong to the Fogmen, and the fog belongs to them.
They move through the mist like shadows, like figures half-dreamed. At first glance, you might not understand what you are seeing. A shape, hunched and shuffling, arms too long, limbs too thin. Their bodies are gaunt, skeletal, wrapped in tattered remnants of cloth that might once have been clothing, though now it is little more than rags clinging to emaciated frames. Their skin is pale, almost translucent in the dim light, stretched tight over bone. Their faces are strange, eyeless, featureless, as though the fog itself had smoothed away the details of who they once were. But if you look closely, if you are brave enough or foolish enough to look closely, you will see something familiar. The curve of their heads, the shape of their limbs, the way they move, low and cautious, communicating in soft clicks and hums that echo faintly through the fog. They are Hive, or rather, they were. The Fogmen are the children of the Western Hive, a great civilization that once thrived in these islands, long before the world forgot their name. The Hive are a proud people, insectoid in nature, living in tightly knit communities, their lives guided by queens and workers, princes and soldiers. They are clever and industrious, capable of great architecture, great art, great cooperation. But something happened here, something terrible and slow. The Fogmen are not Hive anymore. They are something else, something changed. They are mutations, transformations born from the strange energies that seep from the ruins beneath the fog, from the poison in the air, from the forgotten technologies that still hum quietly in the dark. They were people once. They had names, perhaps, roles, families. They built the structures we now see as ruins. They tended gardens that no longer grow. They sang songs that no one remembers. But the transformation stripped them of all that. Their minds are gone, replaced by something simpler, more primal. They do not speak. They do not build. They do not dream. They only wander, and they hunger. Not for food in the way you and I understand it. The Fogmen do not eat. They do not need sustenance. But they hunger for something else, something they cannot name, something lost to them, something they seek in the only way they know how. They hunt.
Picture this. You are at the edge of the Fog Islands. The mist laps at your feet like a slow tide. Behind you, the world is clear. Dry earth, scattered rocks, the distant shapes of plateaus on the horizon. Ahead, there is only white. You take a step forward, then another. The fog closes around you like a gentle embrace. The world behind you vanishes. There is only the fog now, and the soft sound of your breathing. You walk for a time, minutes, maybe, hours. It is difficult to tell. The landscape does not change, just endless flat ground, the occasional ruin rising and falling away into the mist. And then you hear it, a sound, soft, rhythmic, click, click, click. It is distant at first, almost like an insect's call, but it grows closer, and then you hear another from a different direction. Click, click, hum. You stop walking. You turn slowly, trying to locate the source.
but the fog distorts sound. It comes from everywhere and nowhere at once. And then you see them. Figures, shapes, moving through the mist with a strange loping gait. Their long arms swing low, almost brushing the ground. Their heads tilt and sway as they move, as though listening, sensing. They are hunting. The Fogmen do not hunt like predators. There is no sudden charge, no roar or snarl. They hunt as a collective, as a single organism spread across the fog. They communicate in clicks and hums, coordinating without words, surrounding their prey in a slow, inevitable, tightening circle. They are patient, endlessly patient. They will follow you for hours, staying just out of sight, just beyond reach, waiting for you to tire, to stumble, to make a mistake. And when you do, they will be there. They do not strike violently. There is no rage in their actions. They simply move forward, many hands reaching, grasping, pulling. Their grip is cold and surprisingly strong. Their touch is gentle, almost careful, as though they are afraid of breaking you. And then they drag you away, into the fog, deeper. Always deeper.
You might wonder what happens to those who are taken. The answer is both simple and strange. The Fogmen do not kill, at least not immediately, not deliberately. They are not violent by nature. They do not torture or maim. They simply keep you. When a wanderer is captured, they are brought to one of the ruins, one of the larger structures, half buried in the earth, its interior dark and cool and endlessly still. There, in the quiet gloom, they are placed in what can only be described as nests. Piles of old cloth, dried grasses, scraps of material gathered over untold years. And there you are kept. The Fogmen bring you tributes, offerings, scraps of dried meat, long past edible, pieces of ancient fabric, broken tools. They lay these items near you with a strange, ritualistic care, humming softly as they do. It is as though they are trying to remember something, as though they are caring for you the way they once cared for their own. But they do not understand that you need water. They do not understand that you need food, real food, fresh food. They do not understand that humans and Shek and skeletons are not like them, that you cannot survive on silence and fog. So you weaken, slowly, quietly. Some say that if you are kept long enough, you begin to change. The fog seeps into your lungs, into your blood.
The strange energies in the ruins, the same energies that transformed the Hive into Fogmen, begin their work on you. Your thoughts grow distant. Your memories blur. You stop struggling. You stop calling for help. You simply exist. And perhaps in time, you stand. You shuffle toward the entrance of the ruin. You step out into the fog, and you begin to wander, just like them.
But the Fogmen are not without leadership. Deep in the heart of the Fog Islands, in the largest and most intact of the ancient structures, there is a throne. And on that throne sits the Fog Queen. She is not like the other Fogmen. She is larger, more imposing, her form hunched but powerful. Her body is draped in layers of ancient cloth, tattered and stained, but arranged with a strange intentionality, almost like a mockery of royal robes. Her head is crowned, not with gold or jewels, but with twisted metal, rusted and bent, scavenged from the ruins. She does not move. She sits, day after day, year after year, in the darkness of her hall, surrounded by her subjects. The Fogmen come and go, shuffling past her, humming their low songs, offering their scraps and tributes at her feet. She does not acknowledge them. She does not speak. But they revere her nonetheless. Perhaps she is the last true queen of the Western Hive, transformed like the rest, but retaining some fragment of her former self, some echo of the authority she once held. Perhaps she is something else, a creation, a mutation, a symbol erected by the Fogmen themselves in their confused longing for structure, for meaning. No one knows. Those who have ventured deep enough to see her rarely return, and those who do speak only in whispers, their voices shaken, their eyes distant. They say, "She was waiting. She was watching. She knew we were there." But she did nothing. She simply sat. And the fog swirled around her like a living thing, thick and cold, and the Fogmen hummed their songs, and the world outside continued to turn, indifferent and far away. Let us step back now. Let us move away from the fog, from the ruins, from the slow shuffling shapes. Let us rise above the islands, looking down as though from a great height, and see the full picture. The Fogmen were not always this way. Once the Fog Islands were not islands of fog at all. They were part of a greater world, a world of towering cities and impossible technologies, a world where the Hive thrived as equals among the great powers of the ancient age. This was the time of the First Empire, the Second Empire, the great ages of humanity, when skeletons walked freely, when machines the size of mountains turned the earth, when the sky itself was shaped by the will of those who commanded it. The Western Hive built wonders here, cities that hummed with life, spires that touched the clouds, gardens that grew food for thousands. They were artists, engineers, philosophers. They debated the nature of existence. They composed symphonies that resonated through their hive halls. They raised their young with care and sang them songs of the stars. But they made a mistake. Or perhaps it was not a mistake. Perhaps it was simply the way of the world, chaotic, indifferent, cruel. The ancient technologies that powered their civilization began to fail. Or perhaps they did not fail. Perhaps they leaked. Perhaps they broke open, spilling their strange mutagenic energies into the air, into the water, into the very bones of the earth. The fog came first, not as mist, but as poison. A slow, creeping death that did not kill outright, but changed, warped, twisted. The hive tried to flee. Many did. They traveled east, founding the hive villages we know today, the communities that still thrive in the harsh wastelands of Kenshi's southern regions. But not all of them left. Some stayed behind. Perhaps they could not leave, too old, too young, too sick. Perhaps they believed they could fix it, that they could reverse the damage, that they could cleanse the land and restore what was lost. They could not. The fog thickened. The mutations spread. Generation by generation, the hive of the West changed. Their eyes failed, their minds dimmed, their bodies thinned and stretched. They forgot language, they forgot purpose, they forgot even themselves. And when the last true hive of the Fog Islands finally passed, when the last one who remembered the songs, who remembered the cities, who remembered what it meant to be a person, the Fogmen were all that remained. A civilization reduced to echoes, a people transformed into ghosts.
There is something deeply sad about the Fogmen, is there not? They wander endlessly through a world they no longer understand. They perform rituals whose meanings are lost. They tend to captives as though caring for them, not realizing they are causing harm. They sit before a queen who does not respond, who perhaps cannot respond. But they sit nonetheless, because some deep, primal part of them remembers that this is what they should do. They are a people haunted by memory without the ability to remember. They are the fog made flesh, obscuring, distorting, hiding the truth even from themselves. And perhaps that is the real tragedy. Not that they hunt, not that they capture, but that they are lost. Utterly, completely, eternally lost. They cannot be saved. The transformation is too deep, too complete, The technologies that change them are broken beyond repair. The knowledge of how to reverse the process forgotten. The people who might have helped them long since turned to dust. They are a monument to entropy, to the slow decay of all things, to the inevitable forgetting that comes for every civilization, no matter how great. And yet they endure. They persist, shuffling through the fog, humming their low songs, caring for their queen, tending to their strange, broken rituals. They are still here. They have not vanished entirely. They are still a people after a fashion, still a collective, still connected by bonds they do not understand but cannot break. There is something almost beautiful in that, a terrible, mournful beauty like a flower growing in the ruins of a burned city. They are the last memory of the Western Hive. And as long as they wander, as long as the fog rolls and the ruins stand, that memory will not die. If you ever find yourself near the Fog Islands, wanderer, I ask you this: tread carefully, tread respectfully. Do not venture into the fog unless you must. Do not underestimate its pull, the way it disorients and confuses, the way it turns every direction into the same direction, every path into a circle leading back to where you started. If you hear the clicking, the humming, the soft shuffling of many feet, turn back. Do not try to fight. Do not try to run. The fogmen are slow, but they are patient, and the fog is their domain. You cannot outpace them. You cannot hide from them. Turn back. Walk steadily. Do not panic. Keep the edge of the fog in sight and move toward it. And if you are captured, if the hands reach out and pull you down, if you are dragged into the depths of the ruins, do not despair entirely. Others have escaped. It is rare, but it is possible. The fogmen do not lock doors. They do not post guards. They simply assume you will not leave. So if you can, if you have the strength, stand, walk, find the light, follow the thinning of the fog, and leave that place behind.
Night falls differently in the Fog Islands. There is no sunset, no gradual dimming of the sky. The light simply fades, as though the world is gently exhaling, letting go of the day. The fog takes on a faint luminescence, a ghostly glow that seems to come from nowhere, as though the mist itself is remembering the light it has swallowed. The fogmen slow their wandering as darkness comes. They gather in clusters near the ruins, settling into stillness. They do not sleep, not in the way we do, but they rest. They sit or stand in silence, their heads bowed, their long arms folded against their bodies, and they hum. Soft, low, resonant, a sound like the earth breathing. It is not quite music. It has no melody, no rhythm, but it is not random either. It is a chorus,
a collective sound rising from dozens, perhaps hundreds of throats, blending into a single continuous tone that fills the fog and seems to make it vibrate. It is their lullaby, the song of a people who have forgotten all songs but this one. If you were to stand at the edge of the Fog Islands on such a night, if you were to close your eyes and listen, you might feel something strange, not fear, not quite, but a deep, profound sadness, a sense of loss so vast it has no shape, no name. You might weep without knowing why. You might feel the weight of all the world's forgotten things settling gently on your shoulders. And then the sound would fade, the night would deepen, the fog would grow cold and still, and you would turn away and walk back toward the world of the living, carrying that sound with you, though you would never be able to explain it to anyone who had not heard it themselves. And so, wanderer, our journey comes to an end. We have walked together through the fog. We have seen the Fogmen in their endless wandering. We have stood before the silent throne of the Fog Queen. We have remembered, if only for a moment, the great civilization that once was, and mourned the transformation that consumed it. But we have also returned. We have stepped out of the fog, back into the clear air, back into the world where the sun still rises, where voices still speak, where memory still holds. You are safe now. Let your body relax. Let your mind drift. The fog cannot reach you here. The Fogmen are far away, shuffling through their ruined home, humming their soft, mournful songs. You do not need to think about them anymore tonight. Let them fade like the last traces of mist in morning light. Let the stories settle into the quiet places of your mind, where it will rest gently, a small, sad, beautiful thing. Breathe deeply. Let your eyes close. The world is vast and full of strange and sorrowful places, but tonight you are here. You are warm. You are still, and that is enough. Rest well, wanderer. Rest well. The fog remembers, but you do not have to. Sleep now. Sleep.